The community race has begun. Now, if you haven't been paying attention lately, major players and major new companies have been tapping into the circle of communities. Now, I'm not only talking about Facebook communities or WhatsApp groups or Telegram communities. I'm talking about new platforms. And if you haven't noticed, for example, GHL Go High Level launched their own community thing. Teachable launched their own community feature as well. Facebook started promoting advertising for groups specifically. But now even other platforms that were not as well known, for example, Circle, just got an A series funding for $25 million. Or even Skool from Sam Ovens, they got a major player like Alex Hormozi investing, quote unquote, his big investment of his life in a company. Now, why is this important and why should you care? So if you are watching this video, it's because probably you are an agency, coach, consultant, and you are trying to make a living or growing your business in the online space. And for those that don't know me, my name is Rhomays. I'm the owner and founder of AlphaTrain.io. We are a growth and consulting company, and pretty much what we do is we help these type of businesses, online businesses, solve client acquisition. Now, on today's video, I want to give you a full breakdown on what a community is, how to build a proper infrastructure, how to build a community infrastructure, and most importantly, how to monetize it. And if you stick until the end, I'll give you the exact same framework that I'm showing my clients in the Alpha Acquisition Program and in the Alpha Train Inner Circle on how to monetize their own communities. All right. So without further ado, let's start from the top. What are communities? And communities have been around us for ages, right? Probably you are part of dozens of them. Now, here's the question. Communities, what are they? What are they really? They're just small or big sized groups of users, right? Now, in the early days, it was all about fostering communication, getting people together. Now, the reason why everyone is jumping into the community side is not because people just care about having better user experience, but because they found out that they can make a shit ton of money out of communities. And how? Because now we are living the age of media. And media is all about creating attention, right? And what do you need attention for if you can't make money with it? And while on a traditional sense, you would see content creators like YouTubers and influencers try to strike some deals with, for example, with affiliate type of products or even some sponsors. But now they found out, wait a minute, instead of promoting other people on my channels, on my network, on my audience, why not own the attention in a place where I can sell them something that I know they want, which is access and exclusive something, right? Anything exclusive. So if you already love Kim Kardashian and she just puts out a group of community for people that resonate with her brand, whatever it is that she does, you will probably, if that's you will probably go in there and you will buy. The same thing, if you are a fan of Sam Ovens, you probably will already have a community on Skool, right? So the reason why the communities are now popping up, and even some people are calling the now IPGA type of things and promoting to info products and all this shit, is because they know that now it's the time for communities. So in my particular case, we do have a free Facebook group. We have a community on Skool for our Alpha Acquisition Program, and we host our Inner Circle on Discord, all different platforms. And there's a specific reason why we chose each one of them. And I will get into that in a minute. Now, as I promised on today's video, I want to make it tactical so that you can understand, one, how to properly structure and build the foundations for a good community. And I will go a little bit into advanced mode in a minute, but not only will I show you how to plan a launch, how to structure the operations, but also how to properly monetize it. All right, so let's get into my Mac. All right, so community infrastructure breakdown. Look, I'm not going to show you how to set up a community on the front end. There are plenty of YouTube videos for that. If you want to do that, just search on YouTube how to set up a community on, add the name of the platform that you're using. What I'm going to show you is what no one shows you, which is how to properly set up the infrastructure, the nitty gritty, how to strategize everything, the things that no one's just showing you. So, all in all, for me, there are three main phases. And even though if I go through all of this step by step, as I did this week in our community in the Alpha Acquisition program, it would take me 40 to 50 minutes. So we'll try to keep it at more high level. And if you have questions, just leave them in the comment section down below. More than happy to get back to you. So for me, there are three main phases. Phase one is marketing, traffic, how to send traffic, users to the community, right? Phase two, operations, what you need to have in place when it comes to the systems to run it smoothly on a day-to-day. And phase three, which is probably why you're here for, how to probably monetize it. All right. I would assume that for most that are watching this section of the video, probably you are focused on selling this, and you came here because you are hearing about this thing called IPGA. This is not how to fulfill on IPGA. IPGA is something that I don't support, and I feel that that's just promoting how to get out shitty, fluffy content. I feel the communities are something bigger than info products. Info products are something that will probably lose its value in the next couple of years, where communities will get more and more valuable for a couple of reasons that I already explained a couple of minutes ago. Now, as for the marketing phase, on a high level view, there are a couple of things you need to consider. One, the launch acquisition strategy, and two, the ongoing client acquisition strategy. Right. When we look at how to get people in, you can go with a cold audience or with a warm audience. I always suggest start with warm first, have an MVP, minimum viable product, so you can have a proof of concept and then run ads. But if you want to run both at the same time, you can do that as well. So for cold, what tends to work the best, at least for us, it's Meta, YouTube, and TikTok. And for warm, newsletters like having a mailing list, content, or podcast if you have one. One of the things, if you are actually looking to sell this to content creators or people that already have attention, understand that it's not just like sending a couple of email blasts. It's all about how to build an email list. There are agencies that do only this. And this is just a fraction of the whole thing. What type of copy you need to make sure that it resonates with the audience and with the community that you are building. The schedule cadence, how to track opt-ins, same thing for the content. The CTAs, content cadence, short form versus long form. And as for the ads, it's not just slapping a couple of images and click play. You need to understand what is the best platform for your community or for the community they're trying to sell. What angle will you use? Direct response or value approach, content type, tracking systems, all that good stuff. So keep that in mind. And for both the launch and the ongoing client acquisition strategy, I mean. Now, as for the launch, I divide it in three main phases, again, which is three waves. The teasing wave, the first one, which is when you start poking around and letting people know here and there that it's about to happen, something big, right? You have something in the pipeline, something you're going to launch, something cool. Usually 2 to 4 weeks before the event. Then you start the pre-announcement phase, which is one, you start saying, okay, what it is, but you don't give it a date. Then you keep going on that cadence, and then you announce the day. And all this section, what this whole thing is for, is to collect information. Remember, there are 4 types of attention, or 4 phases of attention. 1, creating attention. Phase 1, the teasing part. Phase 2, which is all about owning attention, have a place to get back to them. Phase 3, nurture/educate, and phase 4, convert. Now, here on step 2, we have both in one, all right? And as for the last, and I can't stress this enough how important it is, which is the launch event, the community launch event. If you actually host it, and you can do it in different ways. You don't need to have an in-person event, of course. You can do it live. You can do even just launch a YouTube video about it. But don't neglect this part. Make it like something. Make it look important, because it is important, right? And one of the things, especially if you go into the live, if you go live streaming that, or if you're going to do a live event like a webinar style, you can use that opportunity to give a special offer for the first X members to join, right? And you even make some money right from the get. So as for the ongoing strategy, remember that it's not only about getting users, but understanding how to get users consistently with profitability in whatever direction you're trying to head, right? Will you use lead magnets? Will you use content? Will you use ads? What systems do you need to make sure that you can track the acquisition? CRM, business tracker, so finances, opt-ins, conversions, all that. Also team. Do you need a content editor to help with that? A copywriter, a media buyer, etc. What do you need for the ongoing strategy? Right? Phase two, all about operations, the systems. The first big decision is what type of platform you're going to use. There are two types of platforms to host a community: synchronous and asynchronous. Good example, Facebook asynchronous, which is where things don't happen in real time. You have like that style where you have a section where you can post, people comment on that post. That takes time. It's not like instantaneous, right? And on the other hand, you have platforms like Telegram, Discord, where things happen in instantaneously. It's a chat style or chat based type of community. Things happen a lot quicker. So making this decision is more important than what brand you're going with, right? It's more important to understand why you are going to use an asynchronous or a synchronous community platform than it is what platform you're going to use, because it can make or break it for your audience. If they are looking for something quick and you give them like a Skool community, they will be bummed, right? On the other hand, if they don't like all that noise and you give them something like Discord, they will be overwhelmed. So pick one and stick to it. And of course, track everything. Now, on the fulfillment side of things, it's important to understand you will probably need talent, whether it's a CSM, a customer success manager, or a moderator. It will depend on your community. Support type, one-to-one, one-to-many, or many-to-many. And data collection system. This is the most important thing, really, which is you need to collect all data or as much data as possible, from onboarding to offboarding, response time, members' wins or achievements, engagement rate. All these metrics are crucial for the success of a community, especially if you treat a community as a business. Last but not least, where to host the content. This is super important as well, especially when you go with synchronous communities. Why? Because synchronous communities tend to not have built-in a place for you to add more stuff. Example, Discord or WhatsApp, Telegram, all these platforms don't have, for example, a section for you to, as far as I know at least, for you to add content, info products, or to sell merchandise, or to sell coaching, or consulting, whatever it is that you do, right? So make sure that you make the right decisions from the get, because like fixing this later on will be like a headache. You don't want to do that, trust me. And phase three, what you all came here for. So monetization. And the most important thing is the financial model. It will heavily depend on what you're trying to achieve with the community itself. So these are some of the decisions that you'll need to make from the get-go. Use this as a checklist and not as a source of truth. For me, it's more like, okay, these are all the things you need in place, and then there's no right or wrong way. That's what I'm trying to say. It's all depending on your community, the type of community they want to build, the purpose of it, the niche, and a lot of other factors. So first, you will use it as your main community or as a lead magnet community. And usually this comes to the ascension model, like if you're going to sell them afterwards into something else. So an SLO, self-liquidating offer, which is some people use communities as self-liquidating lead magnet offers, where they charge, for example, $48 or $7 or $50, whatever it is, to get them in. But reality, all they are doing is just for having free acquisition, where that money is used to get more leads. Will it be a paid or free community? Will you optimize for monthly recurring revenue? And I know that Circle and Skool are trying to optimize for this model. Or will you optimize for LTV, where you get the most amount of money right from the get-go, and you have the LTV cycle as short as possible? Usually coaches or consultants try to go for the LTV model, where they charge high ticket because they know that way they get the LTV quicker. So another thing is ascension and retention strategy. Downsells, upsells, and cross-sells. All these things are part of the financial model that you need to consider before launching the community. Value continuous. One of the reasons why I'm not an advocate for the IPGA thing is because it's all they want to do is slap an info product, a course, something, and call it a community. But that's really not it. Like selling info products is an alternative for traditional education, and fluffy stuff sucks. So rushing people to put out content just for the sake of it. It's just saying that, okay, we are okay with average educational content, and I'm not okay with that. So what I'm trying to do with Value Continuous is like, what makes people stay? Why do people hang out in your community? What type of value do they get on the long term? Make it sticky. On our case, we provide our clients with access to our own infrastructure. So if you come into our acquisition program, we get you access to our talent, to our pool of talent, whether those are editors, media buyers, elite appointment setters. Like, we provide you with access to them. That's why people stay for so long. And we provide you access to our media buying team to troubleshoot your ads and for your clients. That's why they stay for so long. We keep consulting them, right? And so you get the gist of it, but just make sure that you build something sticky for yourself. Referral system will be financially incentivized. Will you financially incentivize people to refer you people, or will you have a bonus incentive? As for the affiliate system, will you partner with other products? Will you promote other products on your community? Will you partner with other communities where you can upsell them to communities from other community owners? Or this one, I haven't seen it yet. A lot of people doing it, but bear with me because this is about to happen. Just like in music, and again, I'm a musician, so that's why it comes so easy, natural to me. But think about like Baby Rexha featuring, I don't know, DJ Khaled or David Guetta. The reason why they do a feature is because they are combining both audiences, right? Both are getting something out of it. And trust me, you will see this happen. People will start licensing attention. It already began a lot of time ago in different industries, but in the community space, something you will start seeing more often, which is guest appearances, workshops. So a way to keep getting exclusivity and make it sticky, because there are more people that come in, featurings in those communities, right? And last but not least, and this is only if you are trying to sell this to someone else, a partner infrastructure. How to track everything. A lot of people don't understand that the most important thing is, if you are going to strike a partner deal with someone, you need to be able to track the financial side of things. So you need to make sure that you have a proper Stripe or whatever platform you're using for the financial systems, and without having access to their credentials, because that's sensitive information, right? So you need to have integrate one system with a platform where you can read and see all the data. So successful payments, missed payments, disputed payments, and canceled payments. Also, control access. You need to have control access to all platforms, the CRM, the community, the email, and most importantly, if you want to actually be a partner and build communities as an infrastructure for other content creators, you need to understand how to manage, how to communicate, and how to train their team so that they understand how this whole model works. All right, and this is how you can build community infrastructures on a high level view. Now, if you want to learn more about how our clients are leveraging these and other models for their own growth, partner consulting businesses, or growth agencies, well, just click the first link below. You can book a call with our team and we'll walk you through on how our Alpha Acquisition program or our Inner Circle could work for you. If not, keep being awesome, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.